Today I'm talking about 3 comedies featuring Bill Hader in a leading role, all from the teens. And the names of those 3 movies are Trainwreck, Noelle, and The Skeleton Twins. What this dub is Trainwreck. This is a 2015 Judd Apatow film starring and written by Amy Schumer. And I was very convinced that I hadn't seen this movie before, but then I got to the scene where you see John Cena's ass and I'm like, oh yeah! I remember having a conversation about his butt whilst that scene was happening. So yeah, no, I have seen this before, and it's delightful. The basic premise is Amy Schumer plays this really terrible person. She's just really nasty, but she's slowly realizing that that's not a good thing. So she slowly changes her ways. Now, the first act of this movie was a bit difficult to get through because Amy is a really terrible person in this. It's tricky to have your main character be such an unlikable person. But what helped here is that the surrounding cast were all definitely very likable. And a moment that really stood out to me was Amy said some really terrible stuff. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, you're the worst. And then literally right after I thought that, John Cena's character was like, oh my God, you're the worst. And I'm like, okay, all right, we're on the same page here. And then she proceeded to work on herself. The scene that made me realize, oh shit, I'm really enjoying this movie was early on. There was a conversation between Bill Hader, who's, you know, getting a little crush on Amy, and asks her out. He does it via phone call, and like they have that scene where he like asks her out and they're like all excited about it. And the scene ends, but then like it just keeps going. And when it keeps going, it's just Bill Hader and LeBron James just like talking about how LeBron James is really stingy. He doesn't want to just pay for this brunch, even though he's rich. And it's just like, that scene did not need to continue on, but it did, and it was so funny. And yeah, no, it's a really charming movie with really charming characters. Not every joke landed for me, but enough of them did that it's definitely a win. So yeah, no, I thoroughly enjoyed it, even though I definitely forgot that I watched it, and I would totally recommend. Theoretically to myself again in like 5 years when I forget that I watched it. So yeah, no, very good film, definitely worth a watch. Next up is Noelle. This is a 2019 Christmas movie. It stars Anna Kendrick, and the basic premise is Anna Kendrick plays the daughter of Santa Claus. But sadly, Santa Claus has died, and now it's Bill Hader's turn, her brother, to fill his shoes. But he doesn't want to, so he runs away. But Anna Kendrick, who really, really loves Christmas, is now tasked with going to find him to bring him back because she lives in a patriarchal society. So it's a lot of fish out of water jokes. And like, there is definitely charm to this movie. There's definitely cute, fun moments. Anna Kendrick is delightful. Where this movie falters, there's a number of places. Like, it is very derivative of Elf, is the big thing. But then going further, it doesn't really have character arcs, or really arcs in general. Like, at one point they call Noelle selfish. And I'm like, how? What are you talking about? She's all about Christmas cheer and joy and spreading that love. How is she selfish? And I think it was supposed to be like, because she maybe focused too much on the getting presents aspect of Christmas, which is mentioned like maybe twice. And like, I don't know, it's so clear right away too that she was meant to be Santa because she's the one who's super obsessed with Christmas, and her brother could not give a shit about Christmas. So it's like, why did their dad not pick her? Because even like the first time they bring up who's going to be the successor, she immediately is like, oh, I know that they don't actually specify gender in their bylaws. It's just been a tradition that we always pick the men. So it's like, where's the arc there? Where's the story there? And then too, like, there's the part where she does finally become Santa and like the clothes don't fit. And then Shirley MacLaine Elf is like, oh, the clothes will fit when you fit the role or something like that. And so she goes on this, like 5-minute arc of like, oh, I don't know if I can be Santa Claus, even though she spent the entire movie just being Santa Claus. I didn't enjoy it though. though. Liked it at times. They did my favorite scene from Miracle on 34th Street, which is the part where a child who is deaf starts talking to Santa. The parent is like, oh, they can't understand you. But then Santa just starts responding in sign language. And like every single time I've seen that scene, it always gets me emotionally just because like it's such a beautiful moment. It's like a light in the darkness. It's just this beautiful connection with another person. To just like finally be able to communicate with someone is just, it's so magical. So yeah, now I like this movie. It was fine. Wouldn't recommend it. If you like are desperately looking for a Christmas movie, yeah, sure, go for it. But if that's not what you want, no. This is not a movie to really go out of your way to watch. Like, it's fine, but like, it's nothing that special. And lastly is The Skeleton Twins. This is a 2014 film starring Kristen Wiig and Bill Hader, and the basic premise is these two siblings are really depressed and haven't talked to each other in a long time. But after one of them attempts suicide, they reconnect and deal with their depression together. I don't know, it was alright. I don't know how I feel about Bill Hader playing a gay character. Like, I know he did Stefan for forever, and a lot of people in the LGBTQ community do love that character, but this just doesn't feel quite right. I don't know, the story was just so strange too. Like, Bill's gay, and the dad from Modern Family is in this, and when Bill's character was in high school, the dad from Modern Family was his English teacher, and he molested him, and now as an adult, Bill is trying to like hook up with him again, and it's just like, this is all kinds of up. What is this? And it's just, I don't know, it's such a strange story. I put this in the liked. I'm not exactly sure what I liked about it. I think it's because I can't really describe what it is I don't like about it. That's why I just put it middle of the road. Because it's like, it's just, I don't know. It's hard to pin down exactly what it is. It definitely feels very of its time. It definitely feels early teens. But yeah, no, I don't know. Would I recommend it? Maybe. I don't think so though. It's just kind of whatever. That's all I'm gonna say. It's a strange little movie. Alright, now for today's rankings. First up, we got Trainwreck sitting at number 62 in the really like section. And then after that is Noelle sitting at number 131 in the like section. And then bringing up the rear is The Skeleton Twins sitting at number 138, also in the like section. And this is out of a total of 183 old movies so far this year.